found the noise. Finally came back. I am broken down. And look what we got here. Just my luck. 2010 Corolla. This is my car, of course. It's actually on my way to a job. And the water pump blew out on me. I guess that's the noise I was chasing. I could have sworn it was an alternator making a noise. Noise would come and go. I've been chasing it for a while. Haven't really looked into it. Every time I would break out a stethoscope or something like that, the noise wasn't there. But this is, I guess, a quick how-to to do on one of these. These look pretty easy. I got the battery post disconnected. I got the alternator disconnected. I'm going to take the alternator out. And then it'll have more room in there to work. Alright, the alternator, you have a bracket here. Alright, you have a 10mm socket for that. And there's a one that goes here. These are all, I'm sorry, 12mm for these. These are 12mm. Alright. And then down here, where that hole's at, that's a 14mm head. And then you should be able to get the alternator out. Here's my belt. Nice and wrapped around everything. Trying to get this alternator out. Alternator out. Those, it's a good idea. Push them back in. It's a little slip bolt. Push that back in so it's easier to fit on this bracket here. And you have plenty of room here for your water pump. That's your water pump. Get all the way around it. Here's the water pump. Obviously bad, right? One little thing here. The belt got so destroyed. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. The crank pulley. It's pulled in there a little. You have to make sure you get that out. That could possibly go in there and it could actually damage the crank seal and possibly the crankshaft. I think I saw a video of a BMW where something like that happened. The BMW sucked it in and it like destroyed the crankshaft or whatever. So make sure you get all the old belt parts out too. All it is 12mm head bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just used that, and that's it. It's pretty simple. I got a little bit of metal shavings in there I got to take care of. Hopefully it's not in the thermostat or nothing. I didn't get a thermostat. I should have. Totally forgot about the thermostat. Like I said, this is my vehicle. I'm just trying to get it on the road as fast as possible. I usually you always do a thermostat with a water pump. This comes with three new bolts. Okay, they're a little longer, but they're not as long as the longest ones. The long ones you still use the same ones, but use the ones that it comes with because if you notice how thin that is, it's the old plate. This is an aftermarket pump. Hopefully I have no problems with it, but you can see the flange is much thicker. So just make sure you use the new ones. That way you have a little more bite on those threads. I don't know why they didn't give you more long ones. I mean, I guess they're long enough, but I guess we'll find out. All in, just make sure everything spins freely, and all you have to do now is just route your belt. Oh, obviously put the alternator in. Put the alternator in, route your belt, and it's done. If you ever have a chance to do these and you're charging somebody for it, they pay pretty good. I believe it was 1.7 is what it would have paid. And I got about 15-20 minutes into this. It was already drained, so you got to take that into account. All the coolant already came out and the belt was already mostly off. So basically it's just remove the alternator, which is 3 bolts, and 5 bolts for the pump, and that's it. Put it back in and fill it back up, make sure you don't have no air in the system, and that's it. I forgot my vacuum bleeder, so I'm gonna have to do it the old way, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't get airbound or anything. I forgot to bring my vacuum bleeder with me. I'm actually at my buddy's house. He's got a garage. This is the gentleman that did my he did the body work and the paint on my 78 Dodge Ram, or I should say D150. It's not a Dodge Ram. So luckily I was right down the street. I was able to coast it pretty much here and get it done. It's an easy job. I'm using aftermarket stuff because it's my own vehicle, but generally I like to use as much OEM stuff as I possibly can if it's a customer's car, depending on the the condition of the vehicle. Obviously, if it's an absolute nightmare of a car, I'm generally not gonna put very expensive parts in a car that's a nightmare. That's what I was talking about. Push that in a little bit, gives you a little more ease of installation. I've cleaned up all the surfaces on there as well. It'll give you a better electrical connection since the alternator is grounded through the case. See if I can get this in one hand. Probably not. Alright, so I got it in. And now I gotta get this part here. And since I pushed it in, it goes right in. I don't even know if you can see that. Since I got that, it goes right in. I got plenty of room to move it around to get the bolt in. So use that tip. It'll help you. Through the miracle of time. Now the bubbling, it's all good. Nice and quiet, no leaks so far. Pretty straightforward. Got to probably top off a little bit more. And that's it.